What's going on, everyone? Hope we're all doing well this fine afternoon. Welcome back to another one-on-one with me, Matt, from the Untitled Chapter podcast. It's okay if you'd forgotten, I will forgive you this time. I wanted to do a video today talking about the only thing really left to talk about, which is the Euros and Gareth Southgate when his England squad. So 1 year later than originally scheduled, thank you, COVID, we finally have the European Championships happening this summer. And just like we do every time there is a major tournament, we all go a little bit crazy. We all think that England's gonna go all the way, and God, I hate this phrase. We think that football's coming home. If you listen to a couple of our previous podcasts, you'll know that I'm not a big fan of international football. However, I'm a big fan of football, the game. I'd be insane if I didn't enjoy the fact that you get 3 games a day every day for the best part of 2 weeks during an international tournament. It's the best thing. If I live for that, so much so that if I ever have kids, I want to try and plan my paternity leave so that it's off when the tournament's on. But don't tell the missus. Also, quick shout out to Billy, my mate, who did that last year, timed it perfectly, and the Euros got cancelled. Unlucky. But also, if you listen to the podcast, you'll know that I'm not the biggest supporter of Gareth Southgate, and I'll explain a little bit why in a bit, but that's not really the point of the video. So why am I making this video? Well, first of all, I just wanted to get my 2 cents in, but secondly, I feel like if we made a podcast about it, it would just be me and Luke agreeing with each other, and that's not great content. Although, Luke, if you do disagree with what I'm saying in this video, let me know. I'm sorry, we should have turned it into a podcast. So, we're going to have a look at England's fixtures for the Euros, the squad selections, the lineups, and the way that Southgate sets up his team. So, beginning in the groups of the Euros, England are in Group D, which has Croatia, the Czech Republic, and Scotland in it. First of all, let's just have a quick look at the FIFA rankings for them. So, we've got England, who are 4th, Croatia, who are 14th, the Czech Republic, who are 42nd, and Scotland, who are 44th. So, on paper, we're comfortably the best team in the group, and on paper, we should win every game. Obviously, I know to take the rankings with a pinch of salt because, as we all know, anything can happen in 90 minutes of football. However, we really should be topping our group with the full 9 points with that one. I'd say 7 is the absolute minimum. We should beat Scotland, beat the Czech Republic. Croatia's the iffy one, but I feel like we should beat them as well. We should top the group. Looking at the teams in the group, as I said, we should get all 9 points. We really should be going all out, making a mark, putting out attacking teams, basically saying, no, this is our tournament. And that's where my issue with Southgate starts. Looking at previous fixtures, we all know that Southgate likes to play 3 at the back with 2 wing backs. And then, to me, that's just giving up over half your team to the defence because you've got the goalie plus 5 defenders. It just basically sets up a negative system. So, yes, the 3 at the back served as well in the World Cup, but back then, in 2018, we didn't have the sort of established talent going forward that we do now. These youngsters that have come through and have, made an impact weren't around then, or they were just sort of coming through the ranks. So it was kind of a forced hand to play the 3 at the back. But now with the likes of Mount, Sancho, Grealish, Foden, Bellingham, Calvert-Lewin, Maddison, even uncapped youngsters like Curtis Jones and Emile Smith-Rowe, we suddenly have one of the most potent attacking lineups in a generation. And we have such a depth in attacking that you're going to annoy people by leaving players out. You're never going to have everyone's going to be happy with a team. There's always going to be the conversation of this player should play, this player shouldn't. But that's good. That's good for competition. Now that we have this wave of young, hungry, attacking players coming forward and coming through the ranks, along with the seasoned veterans at the back, you're like Harry Kane, like John Stones, surely it would make sense to step away from that 3-4-3, settle with a back 4 and have more of this new generation on the pitch, this more attacking team. This is also where my other issue with Southgate appears, because there are so many talented youngsters trying to get into the squad, but Southgate has his favourites. He has his ones that he's loyal to. No matter what, he always calls them up or they always get a game. And I don't fully agree with it. So this first started in 2018 at the World Cup. He basically, prior to the team selection and the squad announcement, Southgate said that the teams will be picked based on form in the future going forward, which is really good to hear because previous managers had literally just picked on loyalty. So it was really good to hear that it was going to be the players that deserved the call-up. And then he picked Danny Welbeck to go to Russia. Danny Welbeck went to Russia over the likes of Glenn Murray and Callum Wilson. Yes, I know that Glenn Murray was 33 at the time, but just looking at the stats, Murray had 12 goals in 35 games, whereas Welbeck had 5 in 28. Based on Southgate's statement of form over loyalty, Murray should have gone over Welbeck. And this is something that's carried on in the entirety of Southgate's tenure, most prominently at right back, where Kyle Walker and Kieran Trippier, both players in their late 20s, have played 10 and 11 games respectively since the start of 2019. Trent Alexander-Arnold has played 7, Reece James has played 6, and Aaron Wan-Bissaka, who arguably is the best defensive right back England have, hasn't even had a game. By Southgate not picking based on form but based on loyalty, some of the best English young players face a real possibility of not getting a senior international call up, and in order to wanting to play international football, they will have to, be called up by other nations. Before we wrap this up, I just wanted to put forward my first choice 11 for the Euros, just because everyone else seems to be doing it now, so I thought I might as well jump on the train. So, in goal, I've gone for Nick Pope. I feel like he's just a better option than Pickford this season. Pickford's just had one too many errors. I was thinking of going Dean Henderson, but I just feel like maybe it's one tournament too soon. So I've gone for Nick Pope. For me, the defence basically picks itself apart from the right back slot. Luke Shaw has been the best left back in the league this season, and then John Stones and Harry Maguire, provided Maguire is fit. Basically, they've done it before. Two of the best English centre backs in the league. Couldn't ask for more. Right back, I've gone for Reece James. Don't get me wrong, Trent is still the best attacking right back, or one of the best attacking right backs in the world, but I just feel like James offers that little bit more defensively, and I think that's what Trent lacks, is that defensive level. He's very good at it, but I think Reece James just offers a little bit more defensively. He still has the prowess going forward, but it's the defensive nature that puts him in my 11. Midfield, I've gone for a double pivot of Declan Rice and Jordan Henderson. Again, providing Henderson is fit. If he is fit, he absolutely has to start. He's a natural leader for the squad, and that's something that I feel very passionate about, is that you should have a leader in each part of the pitch. You should have a leader up front, a leader in the midfield, and a leader in defence. For me, Henderson's the ultimate captain. He sees everything. I know I'm biased because I'm Liverpool, but and then in front of those two, I've gone for a 3 of Phil Foden, Mason Mount, and Jadon Sancho. Mason Mount has been one of the best players in the league this season. It's undeniable. Foden is a generational talent, and I think if you leave him out of the team, it's a criminal offence. He needs to just be playing at the end of the day. And then Sancho is still one of the best wingers in the world. He's had a fantastic season for Dortmund, and his creative numbers are fantastic. And up front on their own, I've gone for Danny Ings. Just kidding, of course I've gone for Harry Kane. Of course it's Harry Kane. Who else is he going to be? One of the best strikers in the world. Also, if I had it my way, Henderson would be the captain over Kane, but that is a different topic altogether. Right then, so there we go, everyone. Football is coming home, I guess. If Southgate picks the correct squad based on form above everything else, then we should be sorted. But if not, I'll just sit here with a smug look on my face. Is there anything else that you want us to do one-on-ones about? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure that you subscribe to the Offside Trap podcast. Anything you want us to talk about, let us know on the Facebook group. And yeah, I've been Matt. I'm the better half of the Offside Trap podcast. Remember that. And I will catch you guys next time.